what are essential oils? Why are they so, but specifically, why are they so effective? How do they work within our bodies?
You know, let's go to willow. And we all know Hippocrates went to willow and he knew the anti-pain properties of willow. But there's a chemical, there's a salicylate chemical in willow that we know is proven as an analgesic. Well, what happens? This is a plant-based compound, right? What happens when the chemists, the pharmacists, get this compound and they manufacture it synthetically? They put a shiny white coating on it. They call it aspirin. Well, what we're talking about here is true medicine. It's not like chemists and pharmacists invent chemical structures in a vacuum. I mean, seriously, it's not like Bayer is waking up, like the lead pharmacist in R&D isn't waking up and I had a revelation. Let's create these nitrogens and chemicals and these carbons in a structure. So what we see, every drug today being administered is based off the chemical compounds that we see in plants. I'm talking chemotherapy. I'm talking blood pressure balancing. I'm talking every single drug is based off of the chemical structure from one form or another. The difference is it natural or synthetic? So the long and the short of it is our body is filled, our cells are filled and surrounded by receptors. And the right chemical compound is like a lock and key mechanism that opens up the cells and opens up to release hormones and neurotransmitters. What a drug does, it's basically like it's like a key missing a tooth. It can get in the receptor, but it can't open the door perfectly. And that happens over a series of years, months, and the body ends up becoming hesitant. The body becomes toxic. The body doesn't know how to respond because the body can't work with this lock and key mechanism where essential oils and herbs and spices and plants, they have the right mechanism. So why am I mentioning it? Well, because this is plant-based medicine in its purest form. And technically they're known as volatile organic compounds, volatile meaning they evaporate. But like you said, you're outside in a lavender field, you're smelling the blades of the grass. These are chemicals being emitted from the plants that interact with our nose. I mean, you can't see them, you can't touch them, you can't really taste them, but they're floating. They're all over the place all the time. And we hear VOCs, and I guess I'll end with this, is I want to not freak people out because anyone in our space, Doc, looks up VOCs, they're thinking about off-gassing, they're thinking about carpet, and they're thinking about chemicals. Well, there are good VOCs and bad VOCs. Oils are the good ones. Oils are the natural ones. But essentially, going back to aspirin, going back to the fact that World War I and World War II combat medics, before the antibiotic was invented, they were using clove and tea tree and lavender on the battlefield to prevent gangrene and infection. This is plant-based medicine in its pure form, and it's super concentrated. So when you get a bottle of like this size, you're looking at like 5 to 6 pounds of lavender. And that's where it's hard to conceptualize, because when you put a lavender blossom or a flower in your hand, imagine like 5 pounds of that. It's an unbelievable amount of plant matter that once you steam distill, it becomes super concentrated. That's why we have to use them properly. So it's a wonderful, wonderful healing mechanism that we believe should be part of a natural living lifestyle with your recommendations, herbs and spices and food and exercise. If you want a bang for your buck, if you want true medicine, essential oils, in my opinion, are the first place to go.